Here we go. Okay, good morning, everyone. Today's our very last day of class of this second partial. Today, we're going to see the review for day 3. Okay, today's date is December 9th, 2021. So we're almost over with the school year in 2021. And today we're going to continue practicing our inequalities. Remember, we have 3 specific rules. The first one says that variables should go on the left. Constants should go on the right. That would be rule number 2. Oh my God. And the last one says that if there's a negative number multiplying or dividing from left to right, then we flip sign. Okay, so I'm going to say flip sign. If a negative number passes multiplying or dividing. Okay, that's a division. Those are our 3 rules. Okay, Sophia, very good. So I'm going to start with some exercises that we had in our reinforcement yesterday with some of your classmates. So the first exercise that they had to solve was h plus 10, everything over 3, and that would be greater than 3h. Okay, this is peculiar. This is something that we haven't seen like fully, because unfortunately time is really limited, but you should know already how to solve this because we have seen already every single rule that will help us solve that. Okay, so whenever we have a fraction, you can see we have a fraction on the left side, negative h plus 10 over 3 is greater than 3h. This is a fraction. We cannot work with a fraction. Okay.
Pass the 3 multiplying with the 3h.
Exactly, Alfred. We need to pass that 3 to the other side. That's the first step to eliminate that fraction. That denominator, since it is a denominator, it means it is a division. Therefore, like Alfred said, it has to go multiplying. Okay, so we're going to have left negative h plus 10 is greater than 3h times 3. And I have told you already that whenever
you need to apply the distributive property.
Exactly. Whenever we have a parenthesis, the very first thing is to use the distributive property. Therefore, I'm going to multiply that, and I'm going to have negative h plus 10 is greater than 3h times 3. How much is that? How much is 3h times 3?
9h.
9h. Very good, Javier. Okay, now we're done because we cannot simplify anything at the left. There's no like terms. This is the term with the variable. This is a term that has no variable. Therefore, you can do nothing in there. And this is the term with...
You need to pass the variable to the left.
Exactly. We start to use our rule. So we're going to pass this variable to the left. How does the 9h go to the left? How should it go to the left? Why? Why is it subtracting?
Dividing.
No, it is subtracting, but why?
Because when it's only one number and one side, is adding with a 0.
Exactly, because it is just a number, so it is positive, and Alfred was yesterday in the reinforcement, so he knows that in here we have a positive 0 added. Okay, so you're gonna ask yourself, a 0 added? Well, if you add 0 to anything, are you gonna have a difference? No, right? Like if you have 100 lempiras and I give you none, you're still going to have 100 lempiras because I gave you 0. So it is plus 0. So there's an addition in there with an invisible 0. Therefore, this 9h is positive, so it goes negative to the other side. And we're going to have now, remember to copy always what you have already on that side. So negative h plus 10 minus 9h is greater than 0 because the 0 remains alone, okay? Now, we have that, we need to pass the constant.
Now you need to
right.
find.
Yes, and the 10, how does it go, the 10 to the other side? Subtraction, yes, because it is positive. So we're gonna have negative h minus 9h is greater than neg 0, okay, minus 10. Now, if you have 0 minus 10, what is your answer on that side? Negative 10, right? Exactly, negative 10. And on the other side, negative h minus 9h. How much is that?
8h.
Negative?
Negative 8h.
No, it's not negative 8h. You got negative h minus 9h.
9h.
No, it's not 9h.
10h.
Negative 10h. Okay, negative 10h. Why? Because remember, there's an invisible 1 over here. So, and same signs, you add and you keep the sign. So negative 1 minus 9, that is negative 10. Okay, so now we just need to leave the variable completely alone. So this negative 10 goes to the other side. How?
Dividing.
Dividing.
Because it's negative.
Exactly, and I'm passing just the 10. So because it is negative, according to the third rule, we flip the sign. So it's no longer greater, it is less than. So we're gonna have h is less than negative 10, this one, divided by this other negative 10. So negative 10 divided by negative 10, how much is that?
Positive 1.
Positive 1, perfect. So h is greater than positive 1. And that's my final answer, right?
No, you need to graph.
I need to graph, okay? If you don't graph, your exercise is incomplete and you lose half your points. You don't want to lose half your points, right? Okay, so I'm gonna use a ruler. Use a ruler. I want 1 to be over here. Is it open or is it closed?
Close.
Open.
Open.
Because it's just greater than. There's no line underneath it. Should I go to the right or should I go to the left?
To the left.
To the left, because this inequality sign.
The design indicates that.
Yes, it is to that side, exactly. So I'm going to shade to the left from the circle that I drew all the way to the very end of the arrow. Questions? Easy peasy breezy lemon squeezy, right? It is
Clear as
easy.
the water.
No,
Clear like
exercise.
water. Let's do the second exercise. Yes. So next exercise, it's a little bit more complex, yet it is the same thing that we just did over here. Okay, so we have also, it was part of the classwork that your classmates from reinforcement had to do. So it is 2b plus 5, everything over 3b minus 4 greater than or equal to negative 2. Since I made this up, I don't know what answer I'm gonna have. I might have an integer or I might have a fraction. You never gonna have a decimal from there, okay? You cannot give me a decimal. So
First, you
again,
need to pass the whole denominator to the right.
exactly, the whole thing, not just the 4 negative, not just the 3b, everything, because everything is the denominator. So I'm gonna pass everything to the other side. Okay, But why? Some of you might say, okay, let's say that you guys are, well, wherever you are right now. So let's see. Marcelo, where are you right now receiving your class? Are you in your room?
What do you mean?
Are you at your room?
Kinda.
Okay, so let's say that Marcelo is in her room and she want to step out to the living room. Can Marcelo step out in the living room just half of her body? Like one eye, half her nose, half her mouth, one ear, one hand, one
You
foot?
guys.
No, she cannot do that, right? She has to go the whole self, the whole body, because she cannot leave a part in her room having the class and she cannot have the other part in the living room watching TV. Well, the same thing goes here. Like this is the upper part of the body, this is the lower part of the body, so you cannot separate them. Everything has to go to the other side, multiplying, because you cannot separate them. So we're gonna have now 2b plus 5 is greater than or equal to -2. You open a parenthesis and you copy everything that you have in the denominator. Okay, everything
Now
that
you need to apply the distributive property.
Exactly. Why? Because we have a parenthesis. So remember, because of PEMDAS, you need to get rid of that parenthesis as well. So the left side, we're doing nothing. So we just go ahead and copy it just as it is because we're doing nothing. So we got 2b plus 5 is greater than or equal. And let's multiply. -2 times 3b,
-6.
-6.
B. Sorry.
-2 times -4.
-8.
Are you sure? -2 times -4.
Positive 8
+8, right?
because
no.
negative times negative is
Is
positive.
positive.
Exactly, because negative times negative is positive. Now, there's nothing that we can simplify, so let's pass variables to the left, constants to the right. So this -6b, how does it go to the other side?
Being positive.
Positive, exactly. So we're gonna have now 2b plus 5 plus 6b is greater than or equal to +8. Now I need to pass the constants to the right. So this 5 that is positive, how does it go to the other side?
Negative.
Negative, correct. So now we have 2b plus 6b. Yes, Marcelo?
Sorry, get confused. Nothing.
Okay, 8 minus 5. 2b plus 6b? 2b plus 6, 8b, correct. Is greater than or equal. 8 minus 5,
3.
+3. Okay, so let's leave now the variable completely alone. So this 8 goes to the other side. How?
Dividing.
Dividing. Should I flip the sign?
No, because the number is positive.
Exactly. No, because the number is positive. You only flip the sign when the number is negative. So you keep it like that, like b is greater than or equal to 3/8. Can I do anything else? Can I simplify that? Any number that can help me out simplify that?
No.
No. So what should I do now?
Graph.
Graph. So I'm gonna graph. I draw my number line, I draw my arrowheads, use the ruler to draw my number line. You pick wherever you want the 3/8 to go. So 3/8. Is it open or is it closed?
Close.
It is
Close, miss.
closed, right? So we place a closed painted circle. Should it go to the right or should it go to the left?
Right. To the right.
To the right, right? Okay, so we're gonna go, and you can go from the circle all the way to the very end of your inequality. And you can paint it this way as well. I mean, of your number line. From the circle all the way to the very end of your number line on the right side. And that's it. That's how we solve inequalities that involve a fraction that has a variable expression either in its numerator or in its denominator. Questions?
Miss, why the class passed so fast?
I don't know, because when we are entertained, it goes really fast. Any
Miss,
questions?
how many exercises we're gonna have in your exam?
I'll let you know about that, but is there any question about the review? No? Okay then, so basically,
Time clear as the water.
awesome. So basically this is it. This is the review for the very last day of the second partial.